questions.
You clearly have some very serious concerns. That relates to the question about impeachment. And we talked about this New York Times piece that's out at the top of this segment about how the White House is essentially calling Democrats bluff. That's part of the strategy here, saying put up or shut up, impeach or move on. Give me a sense of the temperature inside your caucus. Do you believe that more and more of your colleagues are moving toward impeachment as a more likely, more realistic possibility here?
You know, my colleagues and I are deeply committed to making sure that we can use all the tools we have at our disposal to get to the bottom of what happened, how involved the president and his team on his campaign and at the White House were in seeking and securing Russia's influence over the outcome of this election. There were clear indications multiple times, even in the redacted Mueller report, that he engaged in obstruction of justice. Obstruction of justice to cover up what? If he's got nothing to hide, we need to get to the bottom of it, and we're going to use the tools, I think, in sequential order until we can really make sure that we can be allowed to do our job, as the Constitution indicates.
Let me ask you about another story that is making a lot of waves today, the one that we've been discussing on this show. Rudy Giuliani, a New York Times, talking to them about how he plans to travel to Ukraine to essentially seek dirt that could end up helping President Trump. If a foreign country were to offer you dirt on your political opponent, would you accept it?
Absolutely not. And, you know, what's so disturbing is that Donald Trump is so lacking in confidence about his ability to actually get elected without the help of a foreign power, and particularly a foreign adversary, that they will go to any lengths, and he will instruct and allow his colleagues and allies to go to any lengths to be able to secure his success in an election. He did that in Russia, with Russia. It's been very evident through his desire to hide all of his conversations that he's had with President Putin. He, very specifically has sided with President Putin on his ridiculous assertions that they didn't have anything to do with interfering in our elections over our intelligence leaders who have clearly said that there was interference. The president is hiding the fact that there was collusion, there was obstruction of justice to cover that up, and we can get all the answers we need if we simply are given the information that Congress is entitled to.
I'm almost out of time, but quickly before I let you go, given everything you just said then, would you support legislation in the House that would stop or prevent or block in some way what, for example, Rudy Giuliani is trying to do? Do you think that's something that's necessary?
The next thing I'm expecting to happen is for Donald Trump to stand at a podium and call for Ukraine to continue the investigations like he did during this 2016 campaign to Russia. And that happened. And so making sure that Congress has the ability to use all the investigative and authoritative tools that we have at our disposal as a co-equal branch of government to prevent election interference from a foreign adversary in 2020 is what I know I would support.
Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, thank you for coming on. Appreciate your time. Up ahead.